NPS Now, your source of news and information about Norfolk Public Schools. I'm your host, Karen Tanner. And with me today is Carlos Clanton, the Norfolk Education Foundation's Executive Director. And Carlos is here to share some great information about a new NEF Golf Classic. Welcome, Carlos, to NPS Now.
Thank you for having me, Karen.
Wonderful. So there's a new golf classic coming up. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, we have our first annual NEF Golf Classic, and we are excited. It's the first one for the foundation, and we're looking forward to making it an annual event.
So where did the idea come from to have a golf classic?
Well, the idea had come up a couple times throughout the years since 2006 at the foundation, but as you kind of hear from a lot of people, golf tournaments take a lot of work and energy, and until we kind of had the vision and excitement and energy from a new administrator who was an avid golfer and herself, and Dr. LaTanya Simmons, it kind of took flight from there. And so the board got energized about it, and so here we are, 2013, we're going to have our first golf classic.
Now, when and where is it going to be held?
It's going to be held on Wednesday, June the 19th, and it's going to be at the Cypress Golf Course, and that's in Virginia Beach, not too far away from Wesleyan, so right around the line there, but we're looking forward to be a great time.
Now, how do you register to be a part of this golf classic?
Well, probably the fastest way is online. We have a website. You can go to our foundation's website, norfolkedfoundation.org, and look for the NEF Golf Classic buttons and flyers, and click on there and register.
So what's the cost to participate in this golf classic? Well,
we did have an early bird that was running, and right now we've got about 150 some odd individuals who've registered for the to participate, and so you can purchase at the regular rate. So it's $100 for normal individuals right now, and teams are $400.
Teams are $400. Mm-hmm. Now, for the folks who are like avid golfers, they know all about golf. So there's going to be somebody out there for the newbies who's just learning how to play golf and want to come and have fun.
This is an event for everybody. So no matter what your skill level is, it's a Florida best ball, so captain's choice kind of type of thing. I'm learning a lot. I have not played golf in in a very long time for myself, but it's an opportunity really for people to come together. So even if you're not a golf player, we even have what we call our 19th hole reception. So individuals can come at the end of the day and participate and network with other individuals for just $50 and partake in some great food and watch the awards program, or just come out throughout the day and support, or even volunteer. We're still looking for volunteers.
You mentioned it takes a lot of work to put together something like this. So who are some of your sponsors and some of your partners?
Well, our largest sponsor right now is SB Ballard Construction. We have RRMM Architects, and we've got everybody from ESI. I mean, we've got a lot of individuals who've done work for the school district. We really haven't had an opportunity to really tap into that support, and really a lot of individuals in Norfolk. Being a former director of the chamber, I really recognize when we turn on return on investment for individuals. So it's a great opportunity to network and to also market, but also to raise funds and generate support for a worthy cause, and that's our children.
So if someone watching wants to sponsor a partner, who would they contact?
They could contact our office, or again go to the website, and you can always call the office at 628-1172, and we'll be sure to get right back to you. Or you can go, like I said, to the Norfolk Education Foundation website.
Okay, what's the letters for the website?
NorfolkedFound.org.
NorfolkedFound.org. Okay, so walk me through a typical day on the golf course, how it's going to roll that day.
Well, it's going to be early, so it'll probably be me starting at about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, I won't be there that early.
Yeah, won't be there that early. But we've got to get there because we have to make sure everything is set up, because the first shotgun, new term that I learned, starts at 7:30 in the morning. So we'll start with the continental breakfast. The driving range will be available for those teams and individuals who are playing in the morning. We actually have some student teams that'll be participating in the morning, and then that'll run all the way to about 12 o'clock, and then we'll transition into a luncheon. And so those individuals who are coming in to participate in the afternoon shotgun, which will start at 2 flights. We'll start at 1 o'clock. We'll be able to kind of mingle together during lunch. They'll begin their second shotgun flight, and then that'll go until about 5:30 that evening, and then we'll move into our awards reception. We'll have live music, we'll have great food, and great camaraderie.
So how much do you think you're looking to raise for this event?
We set out an ambitious goal of $50,000, and right now we're well on our way. So far, we've generated a little bit under 45, and so we still need supporters and sponsors. So people are still calling and asking, hey, do you still have whole sponsorships? Do you have still, some of the larger ones? We do. And the more that we can get in, all of those funds will be able to go back and support the work of the foundation and supporting Norfolk Public Schools.
So tell us a little bit about some of the things that the foundation does to support our students and staff.
Well, I think one of the things we're most noted for are our mini grants programs that we do. And this year, we were able, for this school year, to do 2 mini grants. We did one in the winter and one in the fall and one in the winter. And a lot of those grants go in to create innovative classroom projects. We do things that really taxpayers don't want to necessarily say that they want their taxpayer dollars to go. We want to make sure those funds go into instruction. So the foundation raises necessary funds outside the community to be able to do things like our Evening of Excellence to recognize our top teachers of the year and our staff. We do the superintendent's community exchange breakfast. So when we say drive community investment back in our public schools, that's what we do. And every avenue, so every event, every opportunity, even this golf tournament, it's going to be that. It's going to be an opportunity to bring the community together and partner with Norfolk Public Schools and to see about the wealth of opportunities that they can make a positive impact.
So I know this golf tournament is going to be successful, so you're definitely going to try to make this an annual event, correct?
Oh, it's going to be an annual event. So just keep, stay tuned. I'm quite sure we'll have a recap of what's going on out there, but it is going to be a great event. We've got a lot of great individuals working on the committee and a lot of individuals from the community who are supporting us. And so, though I'm a novice at some of these things, so we're pulling together all the great things that are going to make a great event and great time.
Well, that makes 2 of us that are novices, but we will have fun that day.
We will.
Out there, and the folks watching, we hope that they call and want to sponsor, be a partner, or even come out and get a team together and support the Norfolk
Definitely.
Education Foundation. Well, thank you, Mr. Clanton, for joining us today and sharing this great information about the Golf Classic. We want you to stay tuned to NPS Now, because up next, we'll talk to some of our top grads here in Norfolk Public Schools. Coming up next on NPS Now. Welcome back to NPS Now. Today we have with us Shondell Scott, a Norview High School senior and new Gates Millennium Scholar winner, and her teacher, Ms. Catherine Arroyo, Norview's Leadership Program teacher. Welcome to NPS Now, ladies.
Thank you.
Well, being a Gates Millennium Scholar, I'm sure is a great academic achievement. Tell me, what did it take for you to become a Gates Millennium Scholar?
It took a lot of hard work and dedication. I mean, there were so many essays that I had to write, and I had to be really dedicated to getting them edited and revising them and even writing them. I had to start them early, and just throughout high school, I also had to focus on my grades, and because they don't just look at what you do senior year. I mean, what you do throughout high school also impacts what you can write in your essays and what you can actually put on your application. So it just took a lot of hard work.
So how'd you learn about the Gates Millennium Scholarship?
My counselor at school actually was the one who told me about it. And actually my freshman year, we had a winner at my school, and that's when I first heard about it. And so my dad, he, being the inquisitive parent that he is, he decided to go find out more and actually talk to the recipient that year. And from then on, it was kind of implanted in me that it was something that I could go for my senior year. And Miss Finney, our scholarship counselor, was the one who actually pushed us to actually start the process.
Were you surprised when you learned you were the winner?
I was very surprised. I felt I don't know. I was surprised, yeah. I was overwhelmed too. I actually found out at my senior banquet, and I didn't even read.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even read the whole package. I just read the words, "Congratulations, you have been selected," and instantly I started crying. Yeah.
Wow. What did you think about her win, Ms. Arroyo?
Well, I did write her letters of recommendation for that, and like she said, there's a lot of essays that go with that portion, and it was easy to write for Shondell. She is such a determined individual. She's had her eyes set on the prize that she wanted from a very young age, and she's just an impeccable student. It's fun to teach her. It's wonderful to coach her as a writer and a speaker, and I won't say I wasn't surprised, but I kind of wasn't surprised, and at the same time, I was just overjoyed for her.
Sounds like you were primed for the last 3 or 4 years for this award.
Yes.
So tell me, where are you going to use that scholarship money? What college are you planning on going to?
I will be attending Brown University in the fall, majoring in biology, and hopefully on to med school after that.
Okay, so you want to be a doctor?
Yes, ma'am. Orthopedic surgeon.
Orthopedic surgeon. Wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Ms. Arroyo, it's apparent that she's an excellent student.
Yes.
So take a moment and describe for me what you think makes her so academically successful.
That's such an easy question to answer and difficult at the same time, because if we could bottle what Shondell has, we could sell it for millions. She's just so committed. And every assignment that you give her, if it's a 5-minute assignment or a couple-day period assignment, she will give it her ultimate effort every single time. And I think she's awesome, but she has the inquisitive nature that you need, and as well as the intellectual side, combined with determination and hard work. She has the best work ethic. So it's fun to be her teacher for that reason.
So you are in a leadership program at Norview.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how has that experience prepared you think?
The leadership program has been amazing. Honestly, the first time when you get there, there's a leadership camp, and you look around and you're just a little freshman coming into high school, and you look around at the people and you're like, I don't ever think I'll talk to that person. But then by senior year, you guys have become so close, and you're like a family. And I think just that environment itself has helped me get throughout high school. And in addition to the academic side, they really push you to do your best and take the most challenging courses. And I think that's really helped me because my sophomore year was the first year I had an opportunity to take an AP course, and some people told me, don't take it, it's so hard. But technically you're supposed to take it if you're in the leadership course, and I'm really glad I decided to take it because I feel like AP courses really prepare you for college, and they're basically what the workload is going to be like in college. And so I'm very thankful for this.
So how many college credits do you have so far?
I believe I have 28, 31, somewhere in that
Wow.
range.
So what does that put you in the ranking? As a second semester freshman or?
Well, at maybe a sophomore, but at Brown, you still have to take your required number of courses or credit hours at Brown, so I could decide not to take some of my core courses because I already have the credits, and just take electives instead.
Okay. Well, what other sports or activities are you involved in at Norview High School?
I run track and field. Yes.
How long have you been running track?
10 years.
10 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So are you going to run track at Brown?
Yes, ma'am. I will be running at Brown and proudly representing them at track.
Wonderful. Well, I know they're happy to have you. Shondell, I want to ask you this question. I plan to interview other top grads here in Norfolk Public Schools shortly, and I'm going to ask them this one question that I'm about to ask you. How has Norfolk Public Schools prepared you for your future academically?
Being in Norfolk Public Schools has just introduced me to such a diverse group of people, and I think that's really prepared me for the real world, because when you go off to college and even into the real world, you're not all going to be like robots in the same, operating the same way. And I think being exposed to such a diverse group of people has really helped me.
So when you review your academic life, if you had an opportunity to reflect back, elementary, middle, and high school, what advice would you give students before reaching their senior year?
Remain dedicated to your work. And don't take it for granted. Even if you're, a freshman in high school, stay focused and don't let anybody or anything deter you from reaching your goals, because there's going to be a lot of deterrence, especially in high school. but you just have to keep focused and listen to your teachers and try to have a good rapport with your teachers. That'll really help.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Shondell, and thank you, Ms. Arroyo, for coming on the show today as one of our top grads that we're featuring. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And we want you to stay tuned because up next we have another top grad we're going to interview here on NPS Now. Welcome back to NPS Now. With us now is another top grad, Devon Boyd of Granby High School, the NATO Challenge $1,000 scholarship winner, along with his English teacher, Miss Andrea Weiss. Thank you all for joining us at NPS Now.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us.
Devon, I know that was exciting to win the NATO Challenge. What did you have to do to prepare for that?
Well, I worked with my commander, Mark DeVeber, who also works with the United States Armed Forces. And in consultation with him, I had to do a lot of research. I had to go through a lot of archives, seeing what the United States had done previously in NATO festivities and competitions. And it was a lot of pressure at times, but Commander DeVeber was always there to help and support me, even at times when I didn't think I could really handle the pressure. It was a lot of preparation, but it was worthwhile.
So what was your actual NATO challenge? What did you have to do?
Well, the NATO Challenge was really a simple event. We all would gather, the 28 delegates, the 28 student representatives from each country, and we would come for a NATO simulation of some sort of cataclysmic event that happened on a global spectrum. This year it was dealing with terrorism in the Mediterranean part or area, and we had to find ways to adjust and to accomplish certain tasks and goals in order to combat it in an effective manner while thinking on a global spectrum, not just on a domestic type policy interpretation of it. What was so difficult about that event was because of NATO's structure, we had to have 28 unanimous votes, which means everyone had to agree to that specific place. So we left that small room at so many different times thinking, what can we do to get everyone to agree? And the parts where I found there were about 27 of us, we all agreed, there was always that one member country that always had something to say against what we were trying to do.
Right, right. It's apparent that he's a very intelligent and passionate student. What type of student is he in your class?
I definitely say that Devon is very passionate. I've known that from the first time I met him as a freshman. He's been in my forensics club after school for quite a few years, since his freshman year, of course. And I've taken him to the state challenge, and he just always seems to be the type of student who perseveres through whatever it is. Once he sets his mind to something, he is going to finish it no matter what obstacles he has to come across, no matter what he has to do in order to get there. He's going to continue and press forward, and that's what a lot of students need.
So the monies that you won for the NATO Challenge, what college are you going to take that to?
I'm going to Morehouse College.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful. What are you planning majoring in?
I'm majoring in political science, and I'll be pursuing a minor in English.
English. And what do you want to do with that degree?
I think I want to teach on a collegiate level. I want to teach political science on a collegiate level, and seeing what English has already done for me, I think that could help me continue to be able to express myself in an articulate manner. So I'm really excited.
You also sound like a future politician. Mayor of Norfolk, maybe?
I'm not so sure about that.
Oh my goodness. So tell me, I'm asking all of our top grads, what do you believe Norfolk Public Schools has done to prepare you academically to be successful?
Norfolk Public Schools, above all other school systems perhaps, because we really do stress global education, has really emphasized cultural diversity. I'm in the International Baccalaureate program at Granby High School, so that program specifically tells us to think on an international mindset, to not just only consider what could be the Western Hemisphere point of view, but to consider what other cultures might view the same way towards it. And Norfolk Public Schools, not only has it helped develop this within me, but it's also helped me foster this ability for me to empathize with the plight of others, although they may not be of the same race that I am, or they may not be of the same religion or gender. I'm able to see how they feel about different perspectives towards issues that are affecting them and also are affecting me. And I'm able to find myself compromising with them on a lot of more issues, because compromise is going to be how we're going to solve future problems, especially those of my generation. And that's what Norfolk Public Schools wants to emphasize with our young people. For us not just to be learners, but to be global learners as well.
Right.
For us not to go to school and just sit in the classrooms, but to embody the entire classroom experience. For their teachers not only to teach, but to teach us lifelong values, morals, and ethics to develop us into greater citizens, not only of Virginia or Norfolk or the United States, but to become better citizens of the world.
Well, as you reflect over your academic career from elementary, middle, and high school, tell me, I'm asking everybody this, what advice would you give others as they approach their senior year?
I think the advice that I would give them is to not only stay focused, but to have some sort of agenda. What do you want to accomplish before you get to your senior year? Because you don't want to go into your senior year saying, I have this, that, and the third to do, but what do you want to accomplish before you go to your senior year? And then once you've reached your senior year, imagine what type of mark you want to leave on not only your classroom and your classmates, your peers, but on the school system as a whole. That's what I did. I went to my senior year this year saying, there are certain things that I want to do, and luckily I was able to accomplish most to all of them. And I think when you have that agenda, when you have that sort of pursuit to finding your destiny, then it makes things a whole lot easier. It's hard to stay focused because, you know, that theoretical senioritis might at times kick in.
Yes.
But when you think about the future that you want to have, when you think about the fact that you do not want to simply be someone who's on the streets, or you don't simply want to be someone who works at a fast food restaurant, but you want to be someone who's contributing greatly to society, then you're able to do exceedingly abundantly over anything that you could have expected to do.
Okay, and that was almost biblical, what you just said, too. Miss Weiss, I know you wish you could just clone him, don't you?
Oh yes, there are not that many students that go through the school system that are as bright and articulate and as focused as he is.
And determined.
So, yes, definitely. I wish a lot more students were like him, and I wish a lot more students could now brag and say at the end of their senior year that they got accepted into Princeton, but that they're going to Morehouse.
Oh, well, hold on. How many colleges did you apply to, and how many did you get accepted to? Name some of the colleges.
Oh, I applied to Princeton, and surprisingly, that was one of those schools where I was saying, this is just one of those schools I'm just going to apply to and just hope that I get in. Shockingly, I got into that school.
Wonderful.
I applied to Morehouse. I applied to Hampton University. I got into that school as well. To Virginia Wesleyan College here in Norfolk, Virginia. I applied there as well. Just a whole lot of different schools. I think I applied to Lynchburg College and Randolph-Macon, and I was just blessed to get into every last single one of those schools that I
Wonderful.
applied to.
Wow. So what do you do for fun? What other activities, or are you involved in these sports? It sounds like you're busy just with academics alone.
I love helping people. And when my church has opportunities for me to help people, I want to help. We have functions and activities where we help those who are homeless. I take that as an honor and a privilege, because I know that it's just by the fate and the chance that I wasn't the one who was homeless, or to be born into a family that was struggling financially. So I like to help people. I also like to help by tutoring people. I like to go to the Children's Hospital of King Daughters to lift up the spirits of those young children there as well. I like to hang out with my friends at times. I want to be, and I want others to see me as a normal child, but there's a difference between being a normal child and a normal child who knows what they want to do with their life. And I choose to be that normal child who wants to do extra normal or abnormal things with my capabilities.
Right. Well, it's been an eye-opening experience for me, and I'm sure the rest of the students who will be watching this, we're very proud of you and all of our top grads. And I want to thank you for joining us today and sharing with us your information and what you're doing in life. And I know that Morehouse College is happy to have you. And thank you, Ms. Weiss, too, for joining us today.
Thank you.
And we'd like to thank you for tuning in for this edition of NPS Now. You can watch us online at www.npsk12.com or tune into WNPS Channel 47. Again, thank you for watching NPS Now.